Before anything, I want to warn you that this episode irritated me more than usual, so it's possible that I have more rants than normal. I have to start by saying that this nearly 1 hour extended scene broke me. And I'm calling it an extended scene because I can't even consider it a proper episode or chapter. It was literally an hour of nothing, absolutely nothing. It was horrible to sit through 55 minutes of this garbage. And I want to say, in the other monstrosities, because they are not episodes, at least I could identify the main plot and subplot, or plot A and plot B. Here, that didn't exist at all. All you have is a group of characters stuck in two temporally parallel situations where every man is a pathetic loser and every woman is an empowered, funny, wonderful and perfect. With this 1 hour scene, it's more than obvious for me that every woman involved from production to the cleaning staff hates men with every fiber of their being. Okay, let's kick off the analysis with a clip. And it's not even a spoiler because it's just more of the same. And not only more of the same from this show, but from Hollywood in general. So, if you don't want to get spoiled on what's coming, skip ahead about 7 seconds.
It will be fine. No woman's never ruled it by herself. Going to be the first. Please.
And top it off, here is a clip from another Hollywood disaster, Snow White, where Rachel Zegler exemplified exactly the same thing.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
As I said before, more of the same. So, back to Return Trek. This travesty of a story has hit a new low. Me myself, as an author and a world builder, I spend part of my time crafting characters to bring my stories to life, making sure each one of them has their own distinct voice, that they are all different and unique, with mains, supporting roles and extras, but every one of them in the position they deserve. This piece of hot garbage, called Fleet Academy, on the other hand, only has two colors, black and white, and that's it, no more. Actually, the bunch of monkeys involved in this show got the rainbow plastered in their head, in their propaganda, and shoved where the sun doesn't shine, but not in their creation. There is no variety or differentiation. There is no creation, not nothing, not fucking deep at all. So, with that introduction out of the way, let's begin. The episode opened with an old announcement for the futuristic equivalent of spring break, but more progressive, call it All Worlds Break. On top of that, it announced a meteor shower. For fuck's sake, they spend most of their time in space witnessing events like watching a supernova in progress up close, navigating a pulsar field, or crossing colliding galaxies. And a damn meteor shower is what grabs their attention? Seriously? I mean, the cursed creators of this shit know absolutely nothing about sci-fi, nothing about the space, and yet they have the audacity to sheer gall, to write a script for a supposed hard sci-fi series. This is insane, absolutely insane. It's precisely because of crap like this that they can write an original character with original technology and keep it remotely coherent. I mean, some suffers from glitches, but they don't show it as a proper error like, I don't know, like blurring or an actual digital glitch. No. Instead of that, she grabs the handrail as she's having a fucking muscle spam. This is like, I don't know, a computer with a virus shaking every time a file corrupts. This is simply absurd. And then she's off to a goddamn spa for hologram. For fuck's sake, she's the first of her kind to leave her fucking world. Her creators built her after long losing contact with organic beings. They say that in previous episodes. So she's completely unknown technology. So, in order to this, can someone tell me how the hell can there be a place with a specialist for something unknown, let alone one that can actually repair her? I mean, the writers themselves have absolutely no clue about continuity or timeline of the shit that they created. It's frustrating for me to have been to analyze trash this utterly devoid of logic. It's driving me fucking crazy. Oh god. Continuing on. Nala approaches Genesis and tells her that because of her actions in the previous events, meaning shit that happened a month ago, she's recommending her for a pre-captain program. I mean, literally Genesis did nothing. She just threw out a couple of absurd and illogical ideas that serve no purpose. She was never in a real situation in that episode, and yet Nala treats her like she boarded the Miyazaki and saved everyone's ass. More propaganda, another fucking Mary Sue, another flawless, wonderful woman who does everything fantastically despite having done jack fucking shit. God, every second this garbage destroys more of my will to live. And I mean it. Right after that, Nala argues with Caleb about where he should go, and she's packing a fucking suitcase. This is fuck. A goddamn airport roller suitcase with wheels and a handle. In this show, they have interstellar travel, portals, warp drives, but they still need to lug around wheeled luggage like they are catching a flight to Cancun. Seriously, I just want one single minute of anything resembling logic in this dumpster fire of a TV show. One bloody minute. That's all. Please, just 1 minute. All of this, the summary so far, covered just the first 10 minutes of the episode. 10 minutes of absolutely nothing. So, I'm going to split the rest of this Colette episode into two parts. The less boring one first, and save the other for last, purely for the sake of my mental health. Okay? After Khalib convinced Nala to stay at the academy, he goes off to Tan. Clearly this show is written by a woman and gays because he's half naked, lounging on a beach chair. And if a woman appears like that, the show will get cancelled on social media for objectifying women and then turning them into sex objects. And that's for sure, you know that. Because that's what always happens. So, there is his bronzing with cucumber slides over his ice, and piña colada. In the 32nd century, he's drinking piña colada. Anyway, Henry shows up next to him and tells him she's staying. And instead of convincing him, she straight up orders him to entertain her and spend time with her. This is really hard for me to watch and analyze this show. It's killing me. It's really killing me. So they start doing childish shit because that's what every character in this show is. Overgrown children playing with jars of potentially toxic substances. And then a warp slug escapes, one that can apparently warp. And from what I understand, a warp speed it could have bolted to anywhere in the universe from that spot. But no. The slug decides to teleport from one wall to another inside the same bloody room. Anyway, they are trying to catch it when Jet Reno enters the scene, and the slug is suddenly perched on a wall over her head. Slug slime starts dripping, and the continuity of the scene is largely absurd. 1 second, the slime is over her head, the next is gone, then it's back, then gone again, over and over. I mean, there is no continuity. There is the edition team, it's trash. So Genesis frees it with a freezing ray, and of course Khalib immediately tells her he could never have made such a precise shot. After that, they move to another location where they talk about what happened between him and Tarima, and we can see there is some chemistry brewing between them, because obviously this series can have a monogamous couple. Everything has to be a love triangle. Everything has to be bedroom drama. Starfleet here is basically teenage soap opera drama mixed with rom-com elements, thinly disguised as a sci-fi show. Then Genesis convinced Caleb to sneak into the bridge. Obviously, he hacks his way in because he's a Garist too. And once they are there, they start giving orders to the onboard computer, including launch commands. The security in this show isn't even a joke, because at least a joke has the intention of being funny. This stupidity makes zero sense. I mean, anyone can walk in, tell the computer to take off, and it just fucking obeys. And the kicker is Genesis pull out some kind of key that lets her tamper with her records. Then Jet Reno catches them and hauls them to Nala. There Genesis explains she falsified her Academy entrance record, and Nala reminds her how fantastic and perfect she is anyway. And her punishment, because for all of this, is community service and being barred from the pre-captain program. Fuck. And through the whole interaction, you can see how Genesis' character is narcissistic and selfish, not giving a damn fuck about anyone else. Because of her whims, she almost got Caleb expelled. Not to mention, she wallows in her daddy issues, growing up as a daughter of an admiral, and all this right in front of someone who lost his mother and had to survive alone in a hostile world, resorting to criminal acts from a very young age. I mean, this is the word. Actually, the characters in this show are so, and the worst part is that they are all the same. All the women are the same shit. All the men are the same shit. As I said, black and white. To wrap it up, Caleb sent Tarima a message like every good deconstructed man should, opening up about his feelings, becoming fragile, and basically whining. Fun fact, and this is Ice Agents was the number 2 most popular trending character in some of the most used AI erotic sexual role plays apps for women in January and February. Actually, in general, the top 5 most demanded character in those kinds of apps are Mafia Boss Possessive Mafia Guy, or in number 1, Dominant Daddy Stepbro or Possessive Boyfriend in number 2, Bad Boy Billionaire CEO Ruthless Tycoon in number 3, Vampire Immortal Dark Lover number 4, and Authority Figure Taboo in number 5. The soft boy they are presenting as Caleb doesn't even make the list. In other words, the creators of this abomination don't even know the trends or what the female audience actually wants. It's that simple. So, let's go to the other adventure, if we can even call it that. And it starts with Darren saying goodbye to a group of friends, telling them all they send to regards to their sisters, because of course every gadget acts like that. Then he hears noises in the corridor, and I must be honest, I genuinely I thought that for a second that the episode was going to be about ghosts or something spooky, but nope. 2 random individuals show up, kidnap him, and open a portable wormhole, which is hands down the stupidest thing in the world. If they have even this, if the writers, I mean the producers, have even the slightest idea how wormholes actually work. So, Jaden, who had plans to go to hit Ibiza with Kyle, walks by, sees the whole thing, and instead of yelling for helping or doing literally anything useful, he just stands there watching like a creep. And after Darren gets dragged unconscious through the portal, Jaden casually strolls up and steps through it himself with zero urgency. Okay. On the other side of the portal, not only are the kidnappers and Darren nowhere inside, and this is funny because there is an 8 seconds gap between their crossing and Jaden crossing. Anyway, and this is the thing. The atmosphere is perfectly breathable. No high pressure, no freezing temperatures, nothing that would justify Darren's race actual anatomy in any realistic sense. In fact, he's already sitting in a chair and he's kidnappers are celebrating because apparently he's about to be hunted. Quick aside, it's hilarious how Jaden suddenly turns aggressive and ready to die in this scene when for the entire rest of this godforsaken series he's been complete opposite. I mean, zero continuity, zero coherence with the character, zero nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm really tired of this. And I'm serious. I'm tired of this piece of trash. Okay, back to it. Then Darren's fiancée shows up, and surprise, surprise, she's black. Obviously, of course, she was going to be because. Man. So, neither she or her companion arrive in the real formator, because why bother with logic or sense when you can have propaganda instead? And naturally, the fiancé or the fiancée is also a strong, empowered woman, like it must be. So, through this entire chunk of the episode, Darren is having an existential crisis, and he tells his fiancée he loves her while he slept with everything that moves and breathes. And he wants to go back to the academy because that's what he actually desires, but he feels obligated to live up his parents' expectations. Jaden, who by the way swapped his skirts for a full evening gown because the actor is gay, so obviously the character has to be gay too. That's how Hollywood works. Joining the bubbling. And after endless stammering and pseudo arguments between both of them, I mean Darren and Jaden, the fiancé graciously give him permission to ditch everything, return to the academia, and because she's a modern Hollywood female character, she'll take the reins of everything and become the first woman to rule their race. Because how could Star Trek possibly exist without shoving more indoctrination down the viewer's throat? Honestly, even if they tried, these writers couldn't be any more predictable. I mean, there is no intrigue, no real discovery, no proper background, no character development, no fucking nothing. So, as I was saying, after his fiancée, I mean Darren's fiancée, graciously grants him permission, he heads back to the academy with Jaden. And just in case there was any lingering doubt about Jaden's sexuality, the producers or the show make them sure to show that he and Kyle are officially a couple. Kyle kiss her and take his hand as a couple. Jaden's entire race is doomed to extinction. His house lineage is about to vanish because he's apparently the only young male of reproductive age left. His mother is old as shown, his brother is dead, but nah. Priorities are Ibiza and gay relationships. Honor and duty? What the hell are those in this series? And as I said before, they could be even more predictable even if they rehearsed it. So, the whole thing wraps up with everyone returning to the academy. Caleb sends a message to Tarima, practically breaking down in tears, and all this setting up an obvious budding romance between him and Genesis. Meanwhile, there is a clear setup for a threesome between Kyle, Jaden, and Darren. All this is sprinkled with Sam coming back perfectly healed and upgraded from her goddamn hologram spa, while a bunch of space cadets act shocked, and I mean shocked, by a meteor shower in the 32nd century, a time when interstellar travels is routine. Fuck. And that's the review for this episode. Honest folks, as a writer, it was genuinely painful to sit through nearly an hour of this. As I said before, no character development, no a proper world building. This is not even a bad show. This is a disaster. This is truly a disaster. So, it is what it is. Regarding the format we're using here, we're running some experiment to sidestep copyright issues while still delivering a quality entertaining product, the kind you, or dear viewers, actually deserve. So, if you like what you're seeing, smash that like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to help the channel to grow. Also, drop a comment below. Tell us what you think of this format, do you like it or not, and what you think of this show in general. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you in the next episode of ForSense. Until next time, thanks.